Arroyo has introduced a home rule petition to let the acting mayor serve out the balance of Walsh's term, avoiding that special election. Arroyo citing the cost of what he called a redundant election in the midst of a public health crisis. It's time for Bloomberg Business.
The pandemic has been a disaster for movie theater operators. Box office revenue in North America was down 80% in 2020. But there's a lot of optimism about the second half of this year.
You hear narratives in North America, are movies coming back? And the answer is an unqualified yes.
IMAX CEO Richard Gelfond says theater audiences are already improving in Asia, especially in China, and Americans will start going to the release. And Gelfond does not think streaming will hurt ticket sales for the major releases.
People don't want to sit on their couches for those kinds of movies.
I'm Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Business on WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
It's 3:38.
Got one in the kitchen. No matter how many smart devices you have, living room, you can tell them all to play WBZ News Radio on iHeartRadio.
In the attic where I hide sometimes.
So you'll always be in the know.
What are you doing to keep your nose clean? After all, the nose is your body's air filter, the first line of defense against airborne diseases. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the powered suction nose cleaner. Navage cleans your nose by flushing out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs, including dangerous infectious germs. So with all the horrible stuff in the air, now's the perfect time to join more than 1 million Americans who use Navage. Think about it. You wash your hands every day. Maybe it's time to clean your nose.
If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial.
That's Save 6. Call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435 or
$10 billion. Get in on all of this week's action. Download the DraftKings app now. Enter code SPORTS during sign-up. Try DraftKings for free. Don't forget, that's code SPORTS. Try DraftKings for free. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. I'm Dave Lewis, WBZ, Boston News Radio.
3:43 and time for traffic and weather together. The Subaru retailers of New England all-wheel drive traffic on the 3s. And we go to David Cedrone.
Take Southtown Expressway northbound, still a little heavy from Aftermath Ave through the O'Neill Expressway southbound. You'll see delays Furnaceburg Parkway down through the split. Route 3 southbound. Route 3 is looking good, actually, up and down the South Shore. No issues there. 2495, good to go to and from Rhode Island. And at the lower end of 128, 93, 20, 25 minutes branch. So you have it all. Craveable flavors, refreshing choices, always zero sugar and 0 calories. Zevia, live, live your best. David Cedrone, WBZ's Traffic on the 3s.
And taking a look at the 4-day forecast, a few flurries over the Cape and Islands now at 3:45. President Trump has been permanently banned from using his Twitter account. That's his primary method of communication in connection to nearly 90 million followers. State houses around the country advised to increase security following this week's attack on the Capitol. 2 people arrested in Methuen after allegedly assaulting a state trooper. Randolph police searching for 2 suspects in a drive-by shooting that wounded a mother and her son. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health is out with the latest COVID numbers. We get that from WBZ's Carl Stevens.
The number of COVID patients in hospitals across the state, while still high at more than 2,300, is about 100 fewer than it was 2 days previous. The number in ICUs also went down a little bit, more than 7,600. Carl Stevens, WBZ Boston's News Radio.
And that was the highest daily COVID case total since the beginning of the pandemic here in Massachusetts. We got new numbers, or expect to get new numbers from the state health department.
One, the state is paying for the initial round of testing. 2, it actually
taking off from Indonesia's capital, Jakarta, today. The BBC's Rory Gallimore has the latest.
4 minutes after taking off from the Indonesian capital, the plane seemed to plummet before disappearing from radars. The domestic flight, operated by Sriwijaya Air, was traveling to the island of Borneo. Pictures have emerged on social media appearing to show debris. The jet is not a 737 MAX, the Boeing model involved in 2 crashes that killed more than 300 people in Indonesia and Ethiopia.
Reliable tracking service Flight Radar 24 says on its Twitter feed that SJ-182 lost more than 10,000 passengers. Quote, choose another airline next time. CBS News' Jennifer Kuiper.
Alaska Airlines has banned 14 people from future travel after it says they were rowdy, argumentative, and refused to wear masks on Flight 1085 from Washington Dulles to Seattle.
A 911 caller reported finding a body behind a field at the Youngsville Baseball Complex.
Nothing in UA between Braintree and the Turnpike, both directions. David Cedrone, WBZ's traffic on the freeze.
And with a 4-day forecast, we go to AccuWeather's Maxwell Gorilla.
Turning out mainly clear tonight with a low of 26 in Boston. Some of the suburbs will fall down to 20. For tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, high 39 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low 25. Mainly sunny and pleasant on Monday with a high of 41. And for Tuesday, partly sunny skies, high 41 degrees. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Max Gorilla, WBZ Boston's News Radio.
Right now, it's 34 degrees in Boston, mostly cloudy at 3:54. And there's a new way to respect the Queen of Soul. CBS's Allison Keyes reports.
Not only is the voice of the late Queen of Soul unforgettable, now you can honor her with a visit to the post office that bears her name. The facility
not in Pittsburgh, to the Pittsfield, to the New Bedford Whaling Museum to be stitched together into one cohesive film.
Is donating a portion of the proceeds to help fight